Hey guys, welcome back. Today we have an 8-track player that we're going to be taking apart, and I took it apart a while ago, but I did not actually have much time. I didn't really look at it or anything, and I meant to actually make a video on it, but my camera didn't record anything for some reason. So here we are again. We are going to make a video on the Solid State Holiday 8-track stereo tape player IC8. It has I don't want to. Don't peek. It has a radio in it, and I'm planning on throwing this out. I didn't actually put all the screws back in after I took it apart last time, but I will show you one thing before I open it. Actually, a couple things. What just fell out? This just fell out. Weird. One thing is that there was this tube that was in there for some reason. It looks like a tube that the radio would be made out of, like they would have a coil around it. But I don't know. I honestly don't know. The second thing is that this always comes off for some reason. But the main second part is that this thing has a wire that comes apart. It connects to the main set, and this part plugs in. So this is like a power transformer right here and another speaker for the other stereo speaker. So speaker, I'm assuming, power, I'm assuming, and then ground, I'm assuming. And then it also came with a plug-in accessory for the car with a cigarette lighter outlet. I have to measure this so I can actually call it by the millimeter name, like 3.5 versus whatever this is. It says 117 volts right here, AC, which is really weird because normally it's 110 or 120. Never seen anything like that before. Okay, here's another thing I'll point out. This is very loose belt. I don't like that. There's a bunch of capacitors here. I kind of looked at those before and there weren't any that I needed. Right now I'm focusing on getting the tape deck drive out and maybe the speaker if I still feel like it. So I'm gonna start by taking the tape drive out. Alright, change of plans. We're gonna try to get the motor out instead because, oh, the motor is in the tape player though. Turns out that this thing is like screwed in by another part of this. Like it's underneath this. It's screwed in underneath this panel. This like I think it's stainless steel panel. So I'm not really gonna be able to get to that right now. So let's focus on the speaker instead. And then we can go to the other side and look at the power transformer and everything. I'll turn this brightness up for you so you have better quality. And let's get to this speaker. So for some reason I have the original screws that I used to take this thing apart, and look at all the different sizes there are. This thing is kind of a mess. I can't believe that they had so many different sizes of screws. Like this thing must have been a nightmare to manufacture. I see that the speaker is shielded, which proves that magnetism can damage tapes, which I've accidentally set tapes on speakers, like on my keyboard before, and I think that they still work. I never tested them at all after that. Please tell me in the comments if that's bad. I really don't care though, because I don't actually use tapes anymore, except for testing, which is another thing I have to show you. I recorded this tape. It's a CRT geometry test, so it's just the grid, and it's 22 minutes, which is actually my favorite number, 22. It's tied between 22, 4, 3, and 8. They're all like really good numbers to me. Basically, I put a geometry testing grid for CRTs on my computer, and I converted it over to my VCR and just recorded that same image for like 22 minutes. So I have that. So basically anywhere I go, I have a VCR, because the places that I go normally have VCRs, like the places that I live, my grandparents, my mom, my dad. I'm not going to do anything else. I mean, I'm not going to get any further. I used to have the 240p test suite, whatever it's called, for the Super Nintendo, but then my flash cartridge for my Super Nintendo quit working, so I couldn't use that anymore, which is why I made that. I'm just gonna put this tube back in here and some electrical tape that used to hold it together. And I will. How am I supposed to get this to stay together until I throw it out? I'll put in like 2 screws. The almighty bunghole. All hail the almighty Cornholio. Now let's get on to the fun part, because now I get to see what the transformer looks like, and we actually get to take a speaker out. What is this? Mossman, what did you do? Mossman, why is there a rubber band in here? Why are there 2 fuses? And what is this? Well, this is actually really cool. I like this whole thing here. I like this more than the main board. The main board was just confusing and dirty. This is very dirty, though. I thank you, Mossman, for making such horrible things. Ugh. I see that this speaker is also shielded. And if I'm going to want to use it, I'm going to have to take off Mossman's relative Moss Baby. Like this. Why is it disintegrating? Oh my gosh. That's so satisfying. Why am I doing it? I don't know. There. Now it. Whoa, that's weird. It's a very weird speaker. At least it's I don't care. So I will see you guys in the next video. And thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.